Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another melted video. This week is not vendor specific. This week I went with a scent type. I don't think I'll normally do this where I go with like a scent type or a theme. I haven't quite decided yet, but this particular week I did all fizzy scents. So every single scent that I melted, with the exception of two, I think, had some form of fizzy pop or ginger ale or something in it. So I'm just going to go over them with you guys. I don't have a whole bunch of empty packaging. I mean, I guess it's a fair amount, but not a whole bunch of empty packaging. But I did melt a lot of stuff from bakery bags that you can see in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the very first thing I melted when I started Fizzy Week was Cherry Soda by the Posh Olive. This was basically like a cherry fizzy pop blend. Smelling the bag, it's extremely tart. It reminds me so much of Mouse Ears by Super Tarts. Like, it's got a really tart note, almost like a lemonade in it. As far as the throw, this thing blew me out of the water. This was so strong. And it was a 4-pack of roses. And I just, divided up the package, melted them all around the house. These were so ridiculously strong. Probably, honestly, my favorite thing that I melted all week. Like, I melted this was my first thing, and it all went downhill from there. No, I'm just kidding. I had a really good week. It was a really good melting week, but this was probably my favorite thing. And I am dying for Margaret to pour this again, because this is so good. But I'm telling you, if you are a fan of Mouse Ears by Super Tarts, or you can't get your hands on it because it's always sold out, this smells almost exactly like it. So good. And it may have even been a little bit stronger. Absolutely fantastic. I melted Grape Soda Cherry Crush by Hayden Rowe Candle Company. So this one is obviously grape soda, and then the Cherry Crush is like candy sugared cherry. This was another one that was really strong. This was another all around the house melt. Did very well. Hayden Rowe stuff throws really strongly in my house. It's comparable, pretty comparable to Glitterati, and if you guys watched my Glitterati video, Glitterati is the strongest thrower in my house, so this is pretty comparable to Glitterati, the way that it performs. So I was super impressed with this. This was like a mini loaf that I had gotten, and I had sliced off part of it and sent it off to a friend, so I had just enough left for one good melt in every warmer in my house. But this did very well, and I would totally repurchase this in a heartbeat. I melted Starlight Soda Pop by the Bathing Garden. This one is a little bit distinct. This is like a vanilla and woodsy scent. So like almost like a fall earthy, and then with fizzy pop blended. Very unique. It performed very well. Solid, strong throw throughout the house. I literally took and put 2 cubes in each of my 3 main warmers, and it went to town. It did its thing. It was very good. I got the woody note predominantly, but then you could also smell that fizzy pop. This is a really good one if you like unique scents, because you really kind of get all of it. It's not a fruity fizzy at all. It's a woodsy fizzy scent. I do have another one of these, so I'm glad to have a backup because I did enjoy this immensely. Also by Hayden Rowe Candle Company, I melted Rocket Pop. I melted this on Memorial Day. So this is a bomb pop type blend where you have your cherry slushy, your blue raspberry scent, and then your lemon lime soda. So it's those 3 scents combined. Almost every vendor has something kind of like it. Hayden Rose version, it was very, very pretty, triple layered red, white, and blue clamshell. This one did not perform as strongly as I was expecting. It is a very, very hyped up scent, probably one of Hayden Rose's best sellers. I did absolutely enjoy it. I enjoyed it immensely, but it didn't throw as well as the other Hayden Rose scent that I melted this week, and it didn't throw as well as some of my other Bomb Pop blends that I have from other vendors. But that's, again, my house, my airflow, my nose. So it's a good scent. It's a great scent, and would probably repurchase it at some point in the future. But I do have other Bomb Pop blends right now that do throw a little bit better than this one did. So I don't know if it was just, this is the first time I've melted a clamshell from her. So I don't know if it was the clamshell format. I really honestly have no idea. But this one was a little bit lighter than what I was hoping for. I melted Fizzy Tizzy by Ramble On. This was my very, very first Ramble On wax piece that I've ever melted. Pineapples, bananas, kiwi, spiced rum, coconut, peach nectar, red tea, fizzy champagne, and orange slices. So I divided this up into 4ths or 5ths, I believe, because little J really, really liked this on cold and wanted some for her room. So melted it all over the house and gave her whatever was left over. This was a solid medium to strong, didn't blow me out of the water, didn't corner me or have me choking out or anything like that. Not super, super strong, but a good solid medium to strong throw. The strongest notes were probably the peach and the pineapple to my nose. So this was a nice tropical fizzy drink type scent. I did enjoy this. I probably would repurchase this one again in the future. I melted Rainbow Spritzer by Kay's Creations. This was a blend of her Alex's Rainbow, which is a Skittles type scent, so very fruity, candy-ish type scent, blended with white wine. That is the spritzer part. So it was definitely a fruity, fizzy scent. What really surprised me with this one was the longevity of it. So this, again, not super, super duper strong. I would say a solid medium to strong, but the longevity, literally into the next day, well into the next day, could I still smell this? I was shocked, very shocked, and markedly so. Like, not just when I stood over the warmer, but this was definitely lingered for a very, very long time, and still had some scent in it when I changed it out. So the white wine part of this didn't really smell like white wine to me. I mean, it smelled like a fruity, fizzy, your typical fruity, fizzy scent. I did enjoy it a lot, and I'd probably repurchase this one as well. I melted Oz by Super Tarts. This is ginger ale, key lime custard, and birthday cake pie. I hauled this one a couple months ago when she first came out with the Oz scents, and I really, really, really liked this on cold. Loved this on cold. It was one of my favorites. This was a huge nope for me when I melted it. This did not survive more than 45 minutes in my warmer. I put it in and immediately was getting almost like a cheesecakey scent with ginger ale, which some people might think that smells amazing. To me, the scent just did not, the payoff when melting was just not a good thing. Also, my oldest daughter didn't like it. We left to go to the store, and we came back, and immediately when she walked in the house, she was like, "What is that?" And I agreed. I didn't like it. It smelled like fizzy cheesecake to me, and I just wasn't a fan. So it's a scent preference. It performed very well for the 3 minutes that I smelled it before I pulled it out of the warmers and changed it out for something else. But I didn't like this one at all. And strangely enough, when I posted this one on my Instagram, I had several people comment that they absolutely love this blend. So it's definitely scent preference. You know, nothing wrong with the blend at all. I'm sure there's plenty of people that love Oz. I'm just not one of them. Absolutely would not repurchase this one. And again, I'm not knocking Super Tarts in any way. You guys know I love Super Tarts. She's in my top 5. Not this blend. Nope, this was a huge nope for me. I ended up melting after that. I didn't save the packaging, but I ended up melting a VCS melon blend. I believe it was like Art Deco and We'll Always Have Paris. And that was really good. I had to put something in to clear the air after Oz because I didn't like it. Okay, I also melted Rainbow Fizzy Pops by Southbound Soap Company. This is fresh lime, pineapple, orange, raspberry, and effervescent sugar fizzy pops. This one was super, super strong on cold. I said that in my haul video. Unfortunately, upon melting, I didn't get very good throw at all, like light to medium. I think this was my fault because if you look at the pour date, I don't think I let this cure enough. You know, it's not even a month old. I've found some Southbound, I can put it in the day that I get it, and it is just fine. Other Southbound needs to cure for a good 2 or 3 months. So this one, I'm thinking I still have 3 pieces of it left. I'm going to go ahead and just let these cure and melt them again towards the end of the summer because it's a really good fragrance. I just didn't get much from it. But again, I think with this one, I just melted it a little too soon. Cherry Berry Lemonade. I melted this in my bedroom. This is by Rose Girls. This is a blend of cherry berry punch and lemonade. So this is one, I've talked about this before. I think I've even done a melted video with this before. This is like a Hawaiian punch and lemonade blend. Absolutely one of my favorite scents. Absolutely one of my favorite fragrances. Now, this is probably a good 2.5 years old at this point. So it is losing some of its oomph. I do have a couple of fresh bags of it, so I'm not worried. But it is starting to lose its oomph a little bit. It's not on that super strong level, but it was a good, solid, medium throw. Perfect blend of tart and sweet. Absolutely love this blend. Will always, always love this blend. I melted Bite Me by BZ Tarts. This is a cherry, berry, orange, lemon, fizzy pop. There's a little bit of greenery in it and like a base of vanilla. That's what the Bite Me fragrance is. It's one of my top 3 from BZ Tarts. Absolutely flawless every single time. Really, really good fruity fizzy. You're going to have to like cherry because it is the main scent in this. Is probably the cherry and berry. But it performs extremely well every time. This is one of the longer throwers too. This one threw probably about a good 12 hours. It does very well every single time. And this is one that every time John has this, I buy it. Every single time John has Bite Me, I buy it because his Bite Me is my favorite. And it is a scent that a lot of vendors do, but I like John's the best of all the ones that I've tried. I also melted Pink Champagne by Golden Willow Waxes. This was Rose Jam type and sparkling champagne. So Rose Jam, the Lush dupe, which is rose, lemon, and vanilla. And then sparkling champagne. I love a fizzy Rose Jam scent. I've tried it from several vendors. This one was a good, solid medium throw. I wouldn't say super strong. Medium to strong, maybe. It impressed me enough that this past weekend I placed a pretty big Golden Willow Waxes order. So I did really, really like the way that this melted and the scent overall. It's a very well done fizzy rose jam. I melted Ruby Slippers by Vintage Chic Scents. This one I got last summer, obviously just about a year old. This was the old 3-pack style before she came out with the 4-packs. And I melted this last night. I had said on Instagram, this is a ruby red grapefruit, blood orange, champagne, and vanilla bean Noel scent. This was actually one of the first scents that I melted from Kirby when I started melting Kirby's stuff 3 years ago. This was one of the first ones that I had gotten my hands on, and I absolutely loved every second of melting this scent back in 2014, 2015, somewhere in there, whenever it was that I first got my hands on it. Absolutely loved it. So she offered it last summer, and I bought a couple of 3-packs of it. Well, when I went to melt this last night, I didn't like it on cold sniff anymore. And I had put on Instagram that I hate when my nose changes. And these scents that I loved, I don't like anymore. And I don't know what it was about this one. I don't know if it was the vanilla bean Noel or the blood orange that was bothering me. I'm not really sure, but even like right now, sniffing the bag, it's kind of giving me the ick. But the good news is, once this hit the warmers and started melting, I enjoyed it a lot more on warm than on cold. I really got the grapefruit more. I got a lot less of that vanilla scent. And I got more of the fizz and the champagne and the grapefruit and everything on warm. So I didn't have to pull it out of my warmers or anything. It ended up being fine. I don't know that I'll go out of my way to repurchase it, at least for a while. So a good scent, a good solid scent. A lot of people love this scent. I loved this scent. It just probably isn't something that loves me right now. And then I melted Raspberry Soda by the Purple Fox. And this was a mini pie. I hauled these, I want to say in February. And they were like 5-ounce diamond cups. So I cut it into 6 pieces, melted 4. This was another one that super impressed me and was one of my favorite things that I melted the entire week. This one, oh, I love that raspberry. Her raspberry is so good. It's so good. It's so tart. This was actually one that my mother commented on. And the strange thing was, it was only in the warmer for about 30 seconds before she was like, what is that? Anytime my mom notices a scent, that tells me right there that it's pretty epic, to be honest. Because my mom doesn't notice scents unless she doesn't like them. But this one, she was like so super impressed with this. And so I'm going to need Pontip. If you watch my videos, I'm going to need some more raspberry soda. ASAP. Because this was one of my favorite things that I melted all week. Okay, and the last piece of empty packaging that I have is one of the oddball scents. So, Barbershop Reconcile by Poor Girls Wax. This was given to me by Lindsay Love. This is her Holy Grail scent, probably her favorite blend ever. She calls it her Precious. This is a blend of shaving cream, which is the Barbershop scent, and Reconcile is a Lush Olive Branch dupe. So what we have here is a very fresh, like man just coming out of the shower type scent. So it's got like like an aftershave element and a shaving cream element, and then just the super freshness. And I made a blend for L3 Waxy Wonders. That was a shaving cream and olive branch type, and it was in an attempt to dupe this. And Lindsay says they're not alike at all. So I'll have to see what it's like what the L3 one is like when it's melting. This one does seem a little bit more manly than the L3 one. This one has almost a bit of like an aftershave or a cologne type element, whereas the L3 one is just a little bit, it is just more fresh. It's just more fresh and clean, other than like manly and cologne-y. So there is a bit of a difference between the two. But I enjoyed this very much. I enjoyed this very, very much. And I can see why she loves it. I melted this in my bedroom last night, and it did very, very well. And then stuff from the bakery bags. So I melted Cupid's Punch by Vintage Chic Scents. This is Strawberry Fizzy Pop. And I melted this in my bedroom, and it had I want to say a medium throw. And honestly, this goes back to what I said about VCS and the way VCS is in my house, which is that you have to cure it longer. I melt some of these VCS scents that were newer, that are from 2017. None of them blew me away the way that VCS does when it gets older. So that's okay. That's okay. I still have a lot of it left, but it did not perform the way that my VCS that I let sit for a long time performs. So that's why I cure it for so freaking long. And it's a matter of taste. I said this on my VCS video. I don't know if I said it in the video, but I know I said it in the comments. It is a matter of personal preference. If you want to melt Vintage Chic Scents the week after you get it, by all means, melt Vintage Chic Scents the week after you get it. For me, it performs better after it's 6 months old or older. So this one was a medium throw. I could smell it, but it definitely didn't travel out of the room. And it was pretty light even in the room. This is going to be an amazing scent next spring. Honestly, because at 6 months old, it's going to be August. I'm going to be in transition mode at that point, and then I'm going into fall scents, and then I'm going into Christmas scents and winter scents. So after I transition out of that, this will be a year old, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Bert and Ernie, this one did a little bit better, but not much. This is a, I can't remember this one. Tangerine, orange whip, blueberry. No, Satsuma, orange whip, blueberry, and some kind of fizz in this one, I think. I really smell the orange and the blueberry on cold. And the Satsuma. So this one did a little bit better. This was another bedroom melt for me. Most of the ones in these bags were bedroom melts, but this was another bedroom melt for me. It did fine. It did absolutely fine. It wasn't the strong throw that I love VCS for. So this is another one that's gonna go back and sit. Because it's a great scent. It's a really, really great, beautiful scent. Both of those are great, beautiful scents. I melted Soda Pop Shop by Southbound Soap Company. This one's solid every time. Classic lemon lime soda blended with sugary strawberry soda and fizzy orange soda. I think this is my favorite fizzy scent ever, pretty much. I have purchased this for years and years and years and years, and continue to repurchase it and continue to repurchase it, and to continue to blow through 6-packs and bags of it. So this one's always top notch. Performed very, very well. Again, another bedroom melt. And I love it because all of the sodas combine pretty evenly. You get the lemon lime, you get the orange, you get the strawberry. They're all fantastic. So I love this blend. I'll always love this blend. I melted Bluebird Bomb Pop Martini. Now this is, as you can see, the label is over the top of another label. So I have a mix of newer Bluebird and older Bluebird in one bag. So of course I pulled the older Bluebird. The older stuff is from last summer. And I think at this point I'm down to just the newer stuff in here, which is the stuff from December. But the older Bluebird is what I melted. It's absolutely phenomenal. This is my favorite of the Bomb Pop blends. So this is cherry slushy, blue raspberry icy, lemon lime soda, and fresh picked strawberry. This is my favorite of all the Bomb Pop blends. I've loved this one since the freaking first time I ever smelled it. This is always a solid, strong performer. This one melts very strong. In my house, this one throws stronger than regular Bomb Pop. So this one will always be a repurchase for me, and it did very, very well. Just a couple more. I'm actually melting Blue Hawaiian with Blonde Moment by Tiffany Candles. So these are her little chunklets, which are basically like a single serve chunk, like that. So just 3 of them, 1 in each of my all around the house warmers. Actually melting it right now. The Blue Hawaiian is way stronger than the Blonde Moment. Blue Hawaiian's kind of like that because of the nature of the fragrance. It's a really, really, really strong scent. So it is overpowering the Blonde Moment, but I'm loving it. It's throwing very well, and I love the way this smells. Absolutely love the way this smells. So I'm enjoying this one. This one's currently melting, so I can't really speak on longevity, but the strength is definitely there. Also, today I melted the Fillmore by Vintage Chic Scents. This is another one where you can see I've put a newer label on top of an older label. So the stuff that I melted today was from June of last year, so just about a year old. Absolutely phenomenal scent. This is the one that I've talked about that's like a fresh and clean fizzy. It's another unique fizzy scent. It's like a, I don't want to say lemon cleaner because that has a negative connotation to a lot of people, but it really is kind of like a clean lemon fizzy scent. It is inspired by a drink called the French 75. So it's got sugared elderflower in it. It's got champagne. It's got a splash of lemon juice. But I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite fizzy scents. And this is a solid performer every single time. This is another one that's super strong. And then I also melted Blackberry Ginger Ale Fizzy Pops in my bedroom warmer. I think I did this the first night. Now, I had just hauled these. I think my Rose Girls haul video was last week, so I had just gotten these. So this is Blackberry Ginger Ale and Fizzy Pop, just like the label says. Pretty self-explanatory. This one is super strong on cold. Super, super, super strong. And it has, like, everything I love. I mean, I think I said in the haul video that this was like the double whammy of fizzy because it's got Fizzy Pops and ginger ale. Now, that being said, this one needs to cure a little bit longer because this did not give me the strong throw that I was hoping for. So I think another month and it's going to be fan-friggin-tastic. And this one was just a little bit weak for me. I could definitely smell it, but I want it stronger because I love this scent on cold and I want it strong. So I want it to perform the way that that Posh Olive scent that I started out the week with performed. So I'm gonna let this sit one a little bit, just a little bit longer, and we will try it again. And then the last thing that I melted is the other non-fizzy scent. This is Gone Surfing, also by the Posh Olive, Pineapple Strawberry Mango Smoothie. This is a much lighter scent than the Cherry Fizzy Soda. It is much more of like a smoothie scent. I mean, like literally you can almost smell the Jamba Juice in here. I mean, it smells like it was inspired by a Jamba Juice scent. Now, that being said, this is my favorite scent that the Posh Olive does, at least at this point, as far as the scent blend. But it didn't throw me against the wall like Cherry Soda did. This was much lighter, much more of just an ambiance type of scent rather than bam in your face. But it was good. It was really good. I mean, I love this. I'm going to melt every single piece in this, and I will definitely repurchase this because I freaking love this scent. But it is much lighter than my experience with Cherry Soda. So, but I enjoyed it. So that is it. It's a little bit more than a week's worth of melting that I covered in this video. That's why it's a little bit longer. It's probably about 10 days worth of melting because I have been slacking and have not put together a new melting basket yet. So I've just been like picking things to melt and throwing them in my warmer. So I'm going to get a new melting basket put together and start on another week for you guys. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have an excellent rest of your day. Bye.